own perception of this. My perception of this is totally different from y'all. One, if that's the facts that happen, bro, because if this role was vice versa and she said the same thing, it wouldn't be a problem. It's just
It's a
normal
double standard, though. It's a double standard.
I know it's a double standard, but that's my point.
We accept double standards, though, don't we?
I know, Hollywood. I'm not arguing with you, bro. I agree with you. It's a double standard. My only point is, why is the man getting crucified? Because if this scenario was the same, we wouldn't be having this conversation. It'd just be a normal interview. If a woman was sitting on that podcast, if the roles was vice versa, and she said the same thing that he said about him calling and she went on his page and found all that, we're not having this conversation. Yep, you hear my voice, man. You know what time it is, man. It's time for social media's most imperfect podcast, social media's best kept secret. I am Infamous.
I'm Freaky V.
Hollywood.
And together we make Theze Nutz.
Theze Nutz.
For another marvelous expo. Freaky V. Tell them how they get in contact with you. You know how we do it.
I am Freaky V on Instagram and Threads.
Hollywood, how we get in contact with you?
I am Hollywood Rich on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, all that.
All that.
Hey, are you Hollywood on OnlyFans too?
I might be.
You might be. Hollywood _ Lil Meat.
Yeah, that's me.
As y'all can see, dog, I'm in the joking mood today, man. I'm truly blessed, man. I am Infamous on TikTok if you want to follow me. I am Infamous Big Meat on on TikTok.
Also, what's up with you this morning, man? Talking about meat, man.
It's the season for giving, baby. It's the season. Tis the season.
Okay.
Tis the season. Y'all can see, man, I'm in a happy mood, man. Listen, you want to follow me? I am Infamous on TikTok, Facebook, Theze Nutz Official, Instagram, Theze Nutz _ Hollywood to get in contact with us on YouTube.
Separate these nuts.
Also, if you on the audio experience, put the nuts back together. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment, do what you do. If you want to get a personal inquiries about the podcast, please go to thesenuts.business@gmail.com. That's thesenuts.business@gmail.com. Tap in to social media's best kept secret. Telling you, man, it's worth it, man. Freaky V, it's the holiday season. It's about to get a Merry Christmas to all. Let me ask you a question. What's your favorite Christmas?
By the time they get this, Christmas will be over. So Happy New Year's, people.
Yeah.
Right before New Year's.
Yeah. We'll be on New Year's. Yeah, there you go. Because you forgetting the people that got Happy Hanukkah, Happy all the other stuff that people celebrate. Happy holidays to everybody, whatever your religion is, from us to y'all. But my question to Freaky V, what's your favorite Christmas song?
Oh,
we talked about this shit last night. Hold on.
No,
y'all go ahead.
I don't know who would sing it, but it's called Bonquisha.
What?
Oh, come on, man. Ain't no way in here.
Bonquisha.
You pick Bonquisha over This Christmas, Let It Snow.
Yeah.
We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Jingle Bells. Come on, man.
The Temptations Christmas song. I know that it's Christmas time, but after I hear
the Temptations ain't named no song, no Bonquisha. Ain't no way in hell.
About that nigga with that bring the turkey. You done heard the song before?
No.
Okay, I have to find it. But it's this.
Who's singing? I'll look it up right now.
I don't know that. It's called Bonquisha Christmas.
How do you spell that?
Yeah, how the fuck do you spell Bonquisha?
Bonquu.
Hold on. I'm gonna go to Apple Music right now. We finna find out what the fuck Freaky V talk about. Go ahead, spell it to me, Freaky V.
Bonquusha. You know how to spell Quisha? Yeah, all these bitches out here named Quisha.
Bonquisha.
I ain't never asked them how to spell it.
And that's the name of the Christmas song? Boquisha?
Yeah, Bonquisha. It's this guy that's talking about how he's trying to, like an old nigga trying to get into this young girl life for Christmas. So he's saying he buying all these things, and it's how he talking that's like an old nigga vernacular
Why?
or
Hey,
whatever. Like,
so this
shit
shit
is
about
hilarious.
YouTube, boy, this shit ain't in much in Apple Music.
I'm gonna have to
That's
look
some
it
shit.
up.
That's some shit she done made up, man. Come on. The
It's-
Temptations singing Bonquisha.
They
No,
used
no,
to.
she don't
I
know
first
who.
heard this on 99 Jams back in the day.
That's the problem. You talk about some shit from the crib.
Hold on, Boquisha Christmas song? Is that the name?
Yeah.
Hold on, Hollywood. We about to listen to it. I gotta go find it on YouTube. But Hollywood, tell us your favorite Christmas song while we look this shit up. And tell me if this shit what Freaky V talk about.
I don't know if I should even say my shit after Bonquisha. What's that Christmas song? What's the name of that Christmas song by Luther Vandross? It's not a happy Christmas song. I forgot the name of it, but it's a Christmas song by Luther.
It's not a happy Christmas song. I thought,
Nah.
who's he sing? It's a traditional Christmas song, though, right?
No.
He just put his own spin to it. Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know that.
Yeah.
Y'all don't like none of the traditional shit. The Donnie.
I actually love all of them. Matter of fact, my radio hasn't changed from the station that plays all them old ass songs. So I've been listening to that shit all month. But that one is my favorite. That one by Luther.
Yeah, I don't do the I tell you what I don't like, that Mariah Carey Christmas, that whatever that shit is, bro.
You hate.
Oh, speaking of Mariah though, this is the first year that she hasn't been number one though for
Yeah.
Christmas song.
She done pissed somebody off.
No, that shit is like, I don't know. I don't think I'm a hater. I just don't be. I ain't. That ain't my favorite.
After Luther is Let It Snow for me.
By Boys to Men.
Yeah.
Mine is Silent Night by the Temptations. That's my all-time favorite Christmas song. And Let It Snow by Boys to Men. Dog, I looked that song up. They don't even got Brad McKnight name on that motherfucker, bro. We was playing it last night.
For Let It Snow?
Yeah, he definitely on there. He on there.
Hey, but this the song you talk about, Freaky V. I think I found what the fuck you talking about. Boquisha.
What about that Luke Christmas song?
What Luke Christmas? Bro, y'all bring that shit I ain't never heard before, dog.
Nah, Luke got a Christmas song.
Hold on, but
Luke
this
got a Christmas song.
Hold on,
the ghetto song. The days of the 12 days of Christmas.
Nah, I don't know. Fuck it, don't.
Hey, here we go, Freaky V. This is what you talk about, I think.
I ain't been able to sleep. I ain't been able to do nothing that required you being in it. Baby, I know that we've had rough times before, but we got through it. Like the time all the power went off in the house. And we had to finish cooking the collard greens on the Happy Meal.
Man, this is what you choose over Let It Snow and This Christmas and all that classic shit. You choose Bonquisha. Man, cut that shit off, man.
I don't have you, and that's why I'm having these Christmas blues. Yes, Christmas blues. Sometimes I wonder, was it worth it? Waking up early in the morning to go to the little jump to get you 3 pickled eggs, some Lay's, plain potato chips, and a Coca-Cola.
That ain't even a song.
No, the nigga just talking, dog.
Yeah, he talking with music in the background. Come on now. Freaky V, come on now.
That nigga said he got a pickle leg, some Lay's potato chips, and an orange pineapple soda.
I have heard that song.
It was like
I have heard that before.
Christmas. After the Temptations, the Silent Night, you gotta play Bonquisha for me to be in the. I haven't heard it since I've been up here.
You ain't.
Huh?
You ain't finna hear that shit no more.
Listen, that's tough with me. I like that little ghetto shit right there. And then I mean, I rarely listen to regular radio anyway. Mm-hmm. If I have Alexa to play something, it's a certain station that, you know, I'm geared towards. But you know, that the if I jump in the car right quick before my Bluetooth connect, I'll listen to the Temptations. You know, you got to go old school. What new Christmas songs that people got out now? I ain't heard nothing new.
Ain't nothing new.
Nothing.
But listen, that's our wrap. I ain't know the Christmas shit was gonna take that type of turn, but kudos. Happy holidays to everybody. Let's jump into the part. Now, our first topic, what I want to talk about, right? It's about being the catch, right? The catch. For the people that don't know, if you've been living under a rock, if you're not on social media, well, I'm assuming both of you guys know who Simone Biles is, right? Freaky, you know who Simone Biles is? Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Simone Biles is?
Yes, of course I do.
Okay, well, she made a visit with her husband on the podcast, The Pivot. And in the conversation, they kind of asked the husband, how did him and her meet? So he went on to say that, you know, he didn't really know who she was and that he was the catch in the relationship. And it sent women into a frenzy on social media. A lot of women had the point of view of how you don't know who she is was one. Two, she shouldn't be messing with a dude that's not financially where she at. And how could he be the catch in a relationship when she's the most notable person? You know, everybody came in with their think pieces. Some people brought up the Steve Harvey interview where Steve Harvey told, who was that he told? The Keke Palmer. That it wasn't gonna work because she more famous than the nigga. But see, this is my thing. A lot of people don't do research, right? This nigga play in the NFL. He meets all of the quote unquote characteristics that women say that they want. He's a successful young black man. He make money, and he's a decent looking guy. But because they felt like because he went on the podcast and made it seem like she pursued him, that it was a problem. So I'm gonna play the clip. I'm gonna let you guys gather your thoughts, and you tell me what you think about this situation. Do you think that this is crazy for a woman to pursue a man, or is it common knowledge for a man just to pursue a woman? And I'm gonna pull the clip up right here. And here we go. This is what he said. It's pretty long, so y'all bear with me.
Days, man, and it's like she pops up, and I'm like, let me see what this is. Gymnastics. I ain't never, you know, I never really paid attention to gymnastics, so it piqued my curiosity, you know. So I'm like, okay, I'll see what's up. I swiped her, and it said we matched, so I'm just like, okay, so I'm gonna see what's up. So I go do my workout, and I come back, and I get like, I had some likes on my Instagram, you know, and I'm like, oh, this might be. I'm like, okay. So I see what's up, and then I still waited. I'm like, man, I'm gonna wait till I, you know, take a shower and everything. Then I come back to my phone, and then she messages me on the app, like, hey, you know what I mean? And I'm, man, this gotta be fake. Like, I don't know. I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she gotta be good. I promise you, I'm a real life story. When she won the Olympics, I was in college, and we didn't have NBC, we didn't have Olympic channels, and we're in camp. Late July, early August, so I'm not paying attention to, you know, so I never would have had a moment to where I would have watched, like, you know.
Jonathan, I'm gonna let you finish your story, man. Continue.
But like I was saying, man, she messaged me. This was like a Tuesday, and we were texting back and forth, and then we hung out Friday, man. And we couldn't do much. Just COVID happened, everything was shut down. So she came through down to Houston. She lived in the suburbs, so she had to drive about 45 minutes to me. Then the rest is history, man. So
you was really the catch in.
I always say the men the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
And right there in there is where shit got crazy on social media. That statement right
He
there,
really booked you. He did though.
that right there is where the conversation went left.
I was fighting it.
So
I was fighting it.
So in truth, if I say this out loud, was Jonathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles. Is what you're saying.
At the time, I'm not gonna say that.
That's what you're saying.
I was afraid. I was afraid to commit. I'm like, this is my third year. You know, I'm trying.
But anyway, that's what it goes on a little bit longer. But that's the part of the podcast that I wanted to get to. When he said that he was the catch. Friggy V, in that whole scenario, what he just to add clarity to you guys, Simone Biles is sitting right there laughing. She is right there. She ain't getting that sour puss face. She's sitting right there listening. So Friggy V, as a woman, how do you feel about what he said?
I really ain't give a fuck. I wasn't moved by that. I mean, if that helps him sleep good at night and our relationship is great, then let's go with that narrative. It wouldn't matter to me who thinks each other is the catch. That don't mean shit. We together happy and we vibe well. Let's go with that. You know, and if this, you know, boost our ratings together as far as a business perspective, then why not go with that shit? You know, but you know, what difference does it make if he says that he's the catch or she says that she's the catch? How does that, you know, I don't know. It ain't matter to me.
Okay. Hollywood, what you say?
I got mixed feelings about the conversation. So I want to start off by saying I'm a regular 9-to-5 nigga. So I follow sports, but I don't follow gymnastics. But I know who Dominique Dawes is. We all know who that is. I don't follow golf, but we know who Tiger Woods is. I don't follow tennis, but we know who Serena and Venus is. So for him to say he don't know who Simone Biles is, and she's the Michael Jordan, she's the Serena, she's the Tiger Woods of gymnastics, I kind of find that hard to believe. But secondly, I don't think those accolades have nothing to do with the type of person that she is in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? The things that you accomplish in gymnastics has nothing to do with the woman that you is outside of gymnastics. So from the conversation that he just had, it sounds to me like this nigga might be the catch. Because if I'm pursuing you, you're the catch. That's the part of the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Men pursue women, and if I get you, you're my catch. So in terms of that, he's right. But thirdly, I couldn't see myself sitting on no podcast being as arrogant as he seemed to be. You know what I'm saying? That shit seemed real arrogant. I got my wife sitting next to me, and I'm saying she's not the catch. I'm the catch. I just found that kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? But you know, to each his own.
To me, if it's the truth, then how is it arrogance? That's my problem.
It is.
Like
it is arrogant.
I mean, if these are the events that happen, and he's telling it honestly, how is that being arrogant, bro?
Okay, before you continue, it's arrogance because he's making it seem like he wasn't interested. And if you listen to his story, him checking the phone as frequently as he was checking it shows you his interest. So how could you be like, I'm the catch and I wasn't really interested and she was pursuing me when you was carrying on how you was carrying on? That's confusing to me.
The details that he gave makes it arrogant, right? You could simply say, hey, she hit me up. I, was a little reluctant, but once I saw her followers, it made me look into her a little bit more. And we had a great conversation. She came to see me, and that's it. the nigga with, she kept hitting me up. Then she was liking all my pictures, and then, she came to see me. It took her about 45 minutes. That was the shit that kind of triggered me a little bit. As far as that distance shit, why is that important?
Okay.
You know what I mean? But
I don't have no problem.
To me, talking like that kind of belittles her in my eyes.
Bro, everybody's entitled to their own perception of this. My perception of this is totally different from y'all. One, if that's the facts that happen, bro, because if this role was vice versa and she said the same thing, it wouldn't be a problem. It's just a normal
double standard, though. It's a double standard.
I know it's a double standard, but that's my point.
We accept double standards, though, don't we?
I know, Hollywood. I'm not arguing with you, bro. I agree with you. It's a double standard. My only point is, why is the man getting crucified? Because if this scenario was the same, we wouldn't be having this conversation. It'd just be a normal interview. If a woman was sitting on that podcast, if the roles was vice versa, and she said the same thing that he said about him calling, and she went on his page and found all that, we're not having this conversation. This conversation is only based because the man felt like he was the catch in this scenario. And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Something that Hollywood said that I totally agree with. What you do in a gymnastics atmosphere has no bearings on what you do home. Like, let's be honest. If Simone Biles and Bernice Burgos were sitting in the same space, 90% of niggas ain't going to sit with Miss Biles. They going at Bernice Burgos. What I'm saying is, we put a lot of stock on what she does when men get mad at women for doing that same shit. Don't look at me for the pussy that I make. Look at me for the nigga that I am. This is the same thing that niggas argue with women. It's just vice versa. So for me, if this is why, or this is how the events actually happen, because most women, if a nigga telling a part of the story that's not accurate, they gonna come in and say something. Nah, that ain't exactly how that happened, but I get what you're saying. She said that the whole time and she smiled. She don't went on her social media pages and made it very clear that she stood by what her husband said. So my thing is, I understand everybody has a preference, or everybody has a perception of what they feel like their true love story is. And this is what happened. So why are we getting mad at this young man calling him Eric? I thought women like a confident man. To me, this is just confident. Hey, I'm that nigga.
It's a difference, though.
I'm still that nigga.
It's a difference between confidence and being arrogant. We all know in society it's accepted for a man to chase a woman. But when a woman chases a man, it's kind of taboo. So you putting that out there, like I said, it kind of belittles her and makes her seem like he wasn't interested in this lady when we know he was.
Okay, but in your standard, we say this shit all the time. Why are we conditioned to feel like a nigga can't be the catch? Why the nigga can't be the one that's being pursued? See, we can't play this game of when
ain't nothing wrong with a man being pursued.
Okay.
It's just you coming out and stating that, and people we all know people reacted because of the way he made it look.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He made it look wrong, bro. You got to dress that up a different way. We all know he shouldn't have to in society, you know what I'm saying, whatever, gender roles and all that shit. But he made it seem a certain way, bro, when he didn't have to do that.
So
that's where the problem come in.
Okay, so you wanted him to pretty much dumb down his love story with his wife to make it pleasable for everybody else.
I think he put a little sauce on it when he didn't have to. In my opinion.
I mean, listen.
Agreed.
Listen, I'm not knocking what nobody's saying, bro. I just feel like it's crazy that we always saying that, hey, listen, tell the story, because everybody have a perspective. Me, you, and Freaky V can look at the same situation and get totally two different perspectives, or totally three different perspectives from that situation.
And I kind of hold her to a higher standard now, looking at her just sit there and allow him to have his moment, because in every room that they go in, she's going to be the dominant force. She's going to be the one that catches everybody's attention because of the accolades that she garnered being a gymnastics star. So I had a little bit more respect for her just watching her sit there and just let this nigga have this moment, because she know better. She know better.
I mean, but she said she did admit in that interview that she did pursue him. And you know, my perspective, I'm a 100% supportive of that shit. You see something that you like for it. Why? How else are you supposed to be noticed other than okay? So you like all of his Instagram photos. I mean, listen, it is a double standard, but shit, go the same route that the niggas go with us. I know that if I say, especially after we take the podcast or whatever, it's gonna be some nigga that go to my page. He gonna like all about 10, 15 photos in a row. So it comes up in my notifications that Hollywood liked your photo, Hollywood commented on your photo or whatever. You understand? So I know after that happens, I expect a message in my inbox to say, hey, you know, what's going on? You're beautiful. I'm a fan, whatever. I like when you said this or whatever. And that's just what she did. You know, so I don't have a problem with her pursuing somebody. You see something that you like, why not? And it works for her, you know, or whatever. But I do think that there was a tad bit of arrogance of, as far as the detail was concerned, the way that it happened. I hear what you're saying, Infamous. We shouldn't have to dummy it down, but too much detail makes you look like, you know, I don't know.
I mean, I get it. I mean, and you know, again, I agree with Hollywood. It's a double standard. And it is what it is. That's why I say we need to stop fighting. Bro, this equality shit that we talking about, we don't really want equality. Like
it'll never be.
It's never gonna be full equality on both boards, because what women gonna look at and how men gonna view it is never gonna be equal. Because we've all been conditioned to feel that a woman is the prize in a relationship. For every movie, it's the man chasing the woman. It's never, you rarely see a movie where the woman has to chase the man. It's always, she's the damsel in distress. The man has to come save her. He has to do this and he has to do that. I don't think we will ever get to a stage where the roles, it's women that I know that say, she don't care how fine a man is. If he don't come say nothing to her, she not stepping to him at all. So again.
Yeah, and they're lonely and missing out. And that's my thing. That's every whole thing. You see something that you want. What stops? Okay, it's funny how it stops when it comes down to men and women. So if you as an adult, you see a job that's attractive that you want. So you put your resume on LinkedIn and you want them to all of us magically find you because of your qualifications, or are you going to pursue that shit? You understand? Are you not going to put your best foot forward to say, hey, I think I'm a perfect candidate for this position or whatever? And all of a sudden, now you see the equivalent of a nigga walking through the store and you just supposed to be that bitch that he has to say something to you. Like, men have a problem with rejection too. And men say that. Men have a problem with, you know, you possibly saying, no, I'm really not interested, or sorry, I'm married. So why not take the opportunity to step to you? What do you have to lose other than this story coming out the way that it is and you saying, oh, well, yeah, she pursued me, and then the women look at you differently, but the women that look at you different are the bitches who ain't got nobody, who want somebody to pursue them, but they don't have anybody. Like, we fucked up as a people, if that's the perspective that you're going off of. I just don't see that shit, bro.
All this shit is ego-based. Ego-based, right? And I'm going to tell you what the problem is. And I'm going to break it down to the lowest form. Most women never have to deal with being rejected. It's a shot to their ego to be rejected. Women, most attractive women will never in their life, if you polled 9 bad women, that 9 of them ever going to say that they stepped to a dude, because it's ego-based. Y'all just get to hide y'all egos and y'all insecurities behind y'all beauty. What y'all look like. Same thing with a man. A man hides his insecurities by his bank account. How much money I got. So it's a pull and tug thing in this situation. Women ain't gonna never talk to a nigga because they'll never understand how I feel for them to look the way they look and a nigga tell them no. That's an ego crush. That will fuck with your pride. Like I say all the time, it's a difference in how you say no to somebody. If a man walk up to a woman and you try to pursue her and you say, hey, Freaky V, what's going on? My name Anthony or whatever, or Infamous. And you say, well, I got a man and I appreciate you stepping to me or coming to me. Okay, cool. I can take that no. But if I come to you and say, hey, my name Infamous, and you be like, or go back to looking at your phone, that's a different type no. That could crush a motherfucking ego as a man. So for a woman who's been sought out after millions of men, for you to step out your comfort zone that one time and step to a nigga and he give you that response, you ain't never doing that shit again. That's why I say this shit, all this shit that we talking about is ego-based. Sex is ego-based. Being in a relationship is ego-based. Stepping to somebody is an ego-based.
I just that shit. If I see something that I like, you best believe I'm gonna say something. It's just that
women got way better odds than a man does when they pursue a man. It's it's self-explanatory. Most men, if you got something going on and you're fairly attractive, a nigga not gonna tell you no.
At least take the telephone number, or if he say I'm married, or you know what, I'm flattered, but I'm not interested.
Yeah, but if a nigga married, you see it. You see it before you pursue him. You see it before you go over there.
Honestly, I don't be paying that shit no attention, but I guess there are women who
I'm talking about them, Freaky V.
Right. There are women who do. I don't give a fuck. I ain't never look at your fingers. Your fingers ain't attractive to me. That ain't what captures my attention. I'm gonna say something. If you bite, you bite. If you don't, you don't. And my ego isn't affected by that. I would really be wanting women who say that they're independent, sexually liberated, don't need a nigga for shit, can do shit on their own or whatever. Okay, keep up that same energy. Don't all of a sudden switch out to a traditional woman when you see that nigga in Publix. Now all of a sudden it's I can't say nothing, I'm shocked. No, keep that same energy. Step to that nigga and say what's up. Tell him he looks good or whatever caught your attention about him.
They not gonna do that.
Y'all gonna miss the fuck out.
Okay.
I'm having a ball in these motherfucking streets with all of these niggas.
And they don't have
nothing to them.
I agree with her to a certain extent, right? And this is where we differ.
Okay.
In your mind, most people know the type of motherfucker that they can bag. You know the type of nigga that you can fuck with, just like most niggas know what type of girl that they can fuck with. If you stepping up in gameplay, that could be a very, very shaky place to be trying to play ball in. That's where your confidence and your real insecurities can really affect how you deal with somebody. Like how Freaky V saying, you can see a nigga in Publix, but if you feel like that nigga ain't in your league, you not finna say nothing to him. Same thing with a man. If you think she not in your league, it's gonna be hard for you just to walk up to her and just introduce yourself and try to talk to her because you know she not in your league, and the chances are very rare in your mind that she gonna accept whatever offers that you trying to give her, bro. So let's stop acting like everybody on the same level because we're not.
But I think women are way more arrogant in that department when it comes to shit like that because in their mind they believe that men will fuck anything.
This motherfucker.
I don't know where the fuck that came from.
No, I ain't touching nothing. Look at the fuck. One of y'all did that shit.
Listen,
I ain't even my phone.
Yeah, but like I said, dog, women are that arrogant. They feel like niggas will fuck anything.
Hollywood, I agree with you, right?
Right.
But I believe it's certain niggas in this world that they don't feel like they could step to them niggas. Like the hard throb niggas back in the early 90s, like Morris Chestnut and Shamar Moore and all them type niggas that was considered the
You talking about the 1%, but the other 99% of niggas are in game. On the other hand, niggas ain't got our percentage is not as large as a woman's percentage as
I
far
agree.
as.
I agree with
Okay.
you, but only point that I'm making that it's always that one nigga. Then nigga be a personal trainer and got the body of Adonis. She may be fine, but she still might not want to talk to that nigga because, listen.
Listen, in my position, either way, if that's the nigga, if that nigga look like Shamar Moore and got a perfect
Them niggas
body,
fuck anything. Them niggas fuck anything too.
I'm not saying that they don't fuck anything, Hollywood. What I'm saying is the confidence, because you know what this nigga already bring, can be a little intimidating, bro. Can't nobody on here, ain't nobody watching this podcast can say every woman that they ever desired, they wasn't a little hesitant at some point to go talk to him.
Okay, but okay. So I agree with you. But what makes a person, again, we go on with the scenario of somebody walking through Publix.
Yes.
We don't see what you drive. We don't know what you do for a living.
Yes.
No, right?
Yes.
Okay, so in seeing somebody, of course, you have to be physically attractive enough for somebody to notice you and want to say something, right?
I agree with that.
Okay, let's go with the scenario of Shamar Moore that I don't know who the fuck he is, but he a sexy motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Okay, so even though he's in shape and it appears that he goes to the gym and clearly I do not, either way, my ego allows me to say something to you either way. You understand? Either way, I feel I'm good enough to say something to you. One, I'm gonna say how attractive you are or whatever. If I feel like you're not gonna bite or whatever, or you kind of reluctant, then I'm gonna shoot my shot the other way. Damn, you look like you could be a personal trainer. I'm looking for somebody to help me, live a healthier lifestyle or whatever. Either way, I'm gonna try to shoot my shot. So where is it?
And that's the arrogance. That's the arrogance of women.
Their league that you can't say nothing.
I mean, that's the point that I agree with Hollywood. That's the arrogance in women. But my thing is, every woman don't have what Freaky V have when it come down. Bro, I know some of the prettiest women in the world, bro. Their self-esteem is in the trash. Come on, bro. Like, I'm not telling you nothing that I'm just pulling out of air. I know some physically attractive women that have the self-esteem of a 600-pound woman. Mm-hmm. That's just what it is. So again, it's all about a case-by-case scenario. Freaky V just happened to be somebody where her confidence is at a certain level. But still, even in Freaky V's situation, she's been dating multiple niggas. I'm pretty sure it's a nigga somewhere in her Rolodex that even before she went and said to him, she had to second doubt herself. God damn, hold on, I'm gonna go do it. But you had to go talk yourself into going to do it, bro. That's all that I'm saying. That's all.
I just have a problem with these people say they flat out ain't gonna do it. I think a lot of women are missing out trying to continue with this traditional role. And I'm telling you that a lot of the niggas that I talk to, and if you scroll on social media, if you're in groups or something like that, throw a question in the group and see how the guys respond. A lot of the guys are saying, hey, shit, I'm reluctant to say something to a woman too, because you just don't know how women are going to act nowadays. So the fact that you show interest and you take the initiative to say something, niggas love that shit. So in hearing that, I'm gonna step up my game even more.
Okay.
But hey, to each his own, like you said. You want to be traditional and you wait for a nigga to say something to you, then don't complain about you not having you not being approached by good quality niggas. How do you know that if you don't take the initiative? That's how I see it. And my ego ain't that great to niggas say, you know what, I'm good. I just want to be, I'm married or I'm not interested. Whatever. Hey, if you think in your mind that you not for everybody or whatever, if you go in with that shit, then it's not gonna be a blow to your ego if a nigga tells you no.
Okay, cool.
But whatever.
Right. Freaky V put this in the group chat. I meant to get to it last week, but I totally forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
So if he put this thing in a group chat with Plies, right? I seen a bunch of women block Plies because of what Plies said, right?
They blocked.
Oh yeah. They say that he's been what's the M word? A monogamy. Yeah, he's that. He's downgrading women and all the stuff that comes along with it. But I'm gonna play the clip where Plies talked about how he not fucking with certain women no more and what you got to bring to the table.
Yeah, I'm just throwing this out there. I ain't trying to rough nobody, fella. Hope nobody don't take this the wrong way, cause that's not my intention at all. I'm just throwing this out there just in case we was to run across each other in the near future. You will kind of know where I'm at mentally. And I'm trying to figure out the right way to say this. I don't know if there's no right way to say it. I'm just saying it. I want to say it. But ladies, listen. I don't want none of your pussy. I just don't. I don't want none of your pussy. I don't want none of your head. And wait before y'all dive all over me. I'm gonna explain to you why I say I don't want none of your pussy or your motherfucking head. Because I'm convinced that most women believe they pussy in their head is their motherfucking superpower. And with that being motherfucking said, I'm finna strip you of your motherfucking superpower off top. We're gonna put your motherfucking superpower over there. And now I finna force you to have to deal with me without your motherfucking superpower. So I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't want no pussy head, baby. I'm good. I don't.
That's Plies. Now, I'm gonna take off on this first, right? I know Plies is a way bigger star than I am, right? But I've been saying this shit forever and ever. That once you take a woman's superpower away from her, she doesn't know how to react at that point. Same thing with men. You take a man's superpower away from him, he doesn't know how to act. If you could tell a nigga, I can go to Roof Chris on Tuesday by my goddamn self. That's why it's so hard for niggas with money to date women with money. Because money is a control mechanism. That's why most niggas with money go after women who ain't got money. That's my way of controlling you. You do what I say when I say it. If you a nigga who feel like your game is on par, then you have no problem fucking with a woman with money. My thing with women is you can't treat every woman the same. I say this shit all the time. You can't treat a woman with money like you treat a broke bitch. The two ain't gonna never work out. Because what you doing for her with money, she can do for herself. So that shit adds no value to you as a man. If I could take myself to Barbados, just so you take me to Barbados, that don't mean shit. That just mean I ain't have to spend my money and I appreciate the trip. So what I'm saying in this scenario with Plies is I totally agree with Plies. Stop letting women feel like all they got to do is fuck you to get you. Because in actuality, that's not going to ever be what it's going to be. I'm going to tell this and I'm going to pass it off to whoever want to take it off next. This is how I truly feel. Women, look at me when I say this. Your physical form going to get you fucked 100% of the time. But that's never going to make a nigga fuck with you. And now y'all sit around here and think, well, she built like this. How can a man cheat on a woman like this? Because the bitch has no personality. The bitch brings nothing else to the table but her body. She can't communicate effectively. She has no finances. She does nothing but look good. And listen, ladies, after we fuck you about 5-6 times, that new car smell gone. It's on to the next one. After we fuck you about 4 or 5 times, you become the normal chick. What do you do to set yourself apart from all the rest of the bitches that's trying to get at the lit nigga? Whoever want to take off from there, y'all go ahead.
Go ahead, Hollywood.
Listen,
I'm listening.
I have no issue. I have no issue with nothing that Ply said. And you was just saying that women was unfollowing him.
Yes. Blocking.
It couldn't have been nothing but the motherfuckers who only got pussy and head to offer that was unfriending him and blocking him.
Mm-hmm.
We just had a story last week about Quavo asking a young lady about what she liked to do for fun. And the only thing the young lady said was traveling, sucking, and fucking.
Yes.
And we all agreed that if that's all you got to offer, then I'm gonna put you over here in the category of sucking and fucking. Like Plies is a man in his 40s. How much fucking and sucking he done had in his lifetime?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at the point of my life to where I'm trying to settle down and I'm trying to find a mate to share this empire that I done built with. And all you gotta offer is sucking and fucking. My empire ain't gonna stay where it's at. There's no room for growth. There's no room for progress. You know what I'm saying? So for the women who have an issue with him saying that, I thought that's what y'all wanted from a nigga to see you more than just a fuck and a suck. Ain't that what women want? Look at me past my outer exterior. Look at me past what you see in front of you. I'm deeper than that. It's more to me than just what you see.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he's pretty much saying. So I don't see the controversy in what the fuck he said. He's telling women, I see more to you than just sex or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I feel the same way Plies do, and if I get banned for that, then so be it.
Mm-hmm. Freaky V?
I agree with everything Hollywood said. I was gonna make that exact same reference with Quavo last week. I think when Plies been getting pussy in head.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Been getting it. So now that he's older, and you see a transition in Plies. Nigga done got his chicklets done, or
Right.
whatever. No, he ain't grilled up no more. He always been an educated nigga, I think, you know, a smart nigga or whatever. You know, so you can see the transition in him. Why wouldn't that be making, you know, a transition in the type of woman that he likes? I agree. If you were offended by that, which I know that there would be women who was offended, but sometimes the truth, you have to just go ahead and set yourself free. You know, women say they want something, but the only way they think they know how to get it is to be able to suck and fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nobody wants to be educated. Nobody wants to be business savvy. Nobody wants to have financial literacy. You know, and all of those things that would be attractive to him. He gonna fuck you and he gonna suck you anyway. But when you're not fucking and sucking, what else are you gonna talk about? Fucking and sucking.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that conversation get old as fuck fast.
Yeah.
You know.
Let me ask women a question. And I'm not coming at women crazy. This is a general question. So if you got comments, please go into the comment section, drop comments. I like to know. I converse with you on our comments, right? My question to women is this. A lot of women say they want high vibration men, right? They want a man with high vibrations. They don't want low vibration men. You name to me the man with high values and standards that don't require certain shit from his girl. Name me a man, quote unquote, what women say they want a high character man that don't have standards. That's just gonna let you come into his life and everything evolves around you. He doesn't have any wants, any needs, or anything like that, besides sexual.
So
to women.
Here's the thing. There aren't any.
Okay.
That's the answer to your question in short, right? Okay. But a woman would feel that if a man allows you into his world even a little bit, that he values you in some type of way.
We do.
Right?
We do. I'm rolling.
Sexually. Just because you go to a man's house and this man is sharing with you doesn't mean that makes you compatible. He wants to have a conversation with you just to see if you are more than the suck and fuck. We know why you there. I don't know if women really realize that. You know what you came for, and he know why he invited you. outside of the sucking and fucking, he trying to see what else you got to offer. So it's up to you to stay in the suck and fuck category, or for you to level up a little bit to say, okay, well, damn, she might have something else to offer. But we don't, if you stuck in suck and fucking and you don't know nothing else, then that's what's going to eliminate you. Now, he still will fuck with you. And like Infamous just said, after those 5 or 6 times, the new car smell is gone. Now you ain't got nothing else to offer. So you're gonna see him pull back a little bit because he done fucked and y'all did all that wild and crazy shit that he wanted to experience with you or whatever. But you don't know nothing else. So you're not gonna be able to keep a high vibrational nigga just off of no motherfucking pussy and head. In fact, it ain't got nothing to do with the pussy and head. The pussy and head comes later as an added bonus to what you really actually have to offer. And once they start understanding that, then that's when you can start pulling high vibrational niggas. But when you a low vibrational bitch and all you focus on is twerking, shaking your ass, and going to the club every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but you're not utilizing Monday through Thursday to educate yourself on financial literacy, leaving a legacy for your kids, building educational values and shit in your children, then what else you talking about? What other values or characteristics set you apart from everybody else that's fucking and sucking and went to Dr. Miami?
I agree with you on that. But my whole thing to it is I don't think a lot of women ready what they asking for. Because let's be honest, motherfuckers are selfish. That's just listen, to be in a relationship with somebody, dog, you got to be able to put your ego, your pride, all that shit to the side for the betterment of a relationship. A lot of people, to me, there are 2 type of people in the world, dog. It's an I and a me. Most people that's an I person only consider on how the relationship benefits them. I don't want this. I don't need this. I don't want you to do this. Like, it's a lot of I. When they talk, you hear I all the time. But then you have a Y person. I'm a Y person, more like Freaky V. If you tell me something, you got to explain to me why you feel that way, so I get a better understanding on how to deal with you, right? But so many people, women, are conditioned to feel like the relationship's supposed to be solely based on their emotions and how they feel in a relationship. When the man, on the other hand, has to just deal with the scraps. So when I said a high vibrating man, a man that's successful, that's done took his business, whatever it may be, to the next level, and he's financially secure, good credit score, owns a home, couple properties, what makes you think that you're going to get with a man and you don't have to bring nothing to that type of man? I'm not talking about the rich man. It's a difference in a high vibranium rich man and a nigga that just got money. A nigga that just got money, you can play those games with him. But a nigga that know his value, he know his Carfax, it's a difference. You're not going to be able to play with him like that. So when y'all go on these sites talking about what you're looking for as a man, are you willing to submit? That's a word that a lot of women don't like. Submit to what he needs as well as the man submitting to what you need. That's the problem. People, that word submission has taken a totally different connotation, how people view it, because how it's always being used. In our community, I can't speak for other communities, but in our communities, when you hear the word submission, it has a negative connotation to it. Usually when a woman says submit, she talk about the niggas who from her father's age. Bitch, let me sit in this chair. Go get me a drink. I'll do this and take care of the home. That's what most people hear when they see what women hear when they hear submission. But that doesn't mean what submission means. That means I'm able to understand what my partner needs and for me to submit to it to make them feel better in the relationship. So when women run around here always talking about, hey, I want a high value nigga, are you ready for him? Because most high value niggas is not coming in no relationship and settling for mediocrity. It's just not finna happen. So again, ladies, I'm not bashing you or trying to discourage you from nothing. All I'm saying is, as a woman, bro, and Hollywood can attest to this, most men put women on y'all are valued way more higher than we value ourselves. That's why we care about when you're young, you care about body counts. Because we look at women, we put women on such a higher pedestal than we put men. And when you devalue that, you devalue yourself as a woman. So at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, Like Freaky V said, if all you doing is sucking and fucking, what else are you bringing to this nigga? That's a high value man. Not just a rich man, but a rich high value man. Listen, why is it when a man has boundaries and shit like that, that he's he's being how you pronounce the word? Forgive me, monogamous. So why when a man has boundaries, that's the connotation that goes along with it. But when a woman has boundaries, it's goals and all the other shit. Why is it a double standard in that? Somebody got to explain that to me, because I don't get it.
It's not necessarily a double standard. It's your level of comprehension.
Okay.
Okay, so they gonna say it's a double standard because you don't understand. That's all. Your level of comprehension and meeting a high value nigga would know that you have to bring more to the table just than pussy and head. That's like when people who say, you know, I'm aggressive. It's always it comes across aggressive when I know what the fuck I want. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? But if you never learn to communicate effectively, then you're gonna say, well, damn, she aggressive. Or whatever. So when people come out the gate and say, oh, you too aggressive. All right, then I know to pull back. You ain't nowhere on my vibration because I communicate effectively. I know what the fuck I want. And I'm not taking your bullshit. So if that appears to be aggressive to you, fuck you next. You know, and I think men who are high vibrational niggas are like that. Like if you're that traditional woman who's been accustomed to what your mama needed to do for your dad. Mm-hmm. Right? Say she needed to cook, clean, know how to raise kids and take care of his needs, right? Mm-hmm. If that's all you have to offer, then them the niggas that you got to stay with. Mm-hmm. You understand? You ain't working or you don't want to work or whatever. It's some niggas that suits you. Or whatever, but you just can't bring pussy and head to a high vibrational nigga that when you walk into his house, it ain't shit for you to clean. When you got there, food was already cooked and good food too, not no spaghetti and shit. Like this nigga didn't learn how to cook some shit that you ain't never heard of. Use vegetables that nigga grew out of his garden or something. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that takes out your cooking and cleaning responsibility. Or whatever. Okay, so he just told you I had a bitch here yesterday that I sucked and fucked. Okay, what are you gonna do? You understand what I'm saying? Like you listen, I agree with you. Women ask for a whole lot more. And it's not just women, but since we're talking about women, women ask for a whole lot more that they're not necessarily ready for. The type of nigga that you asking for ain't really impressed with the fact that you got a fat ass. Because he get that shit all the time. He needs something different, that he wants to have a conversation. Everybody that he talk business and shit all motherfucking week or whatever, you know, and then he wants to come home and have to dummy himself all the way down because you have no educational wherewithal about nothing.
Yep.
Just think about that, ladies. Think about that. What you say, Hollywood?
No, I agree with everything y'all said. I think that women have to add a little bit more to their portfolio. Not necessarily women in their late 30s and 40s and shit like that, but the younger women. Once the beauty and the great sex fades away, what other qualities are gonna allow you to have a great relationship and have a lasting relationship? You know what I'm saying? They got to think about that, because once you get older and all that shit fade away, then what are you left with?
I agree with that, but see, Hollywood, I think a lot of people live in the now, right? Because like you said, once sex fades away and it's just you and me older in our older stages, I'm 75, you 76 or whatever the age is, sex probably at that stage may not be on the table at that point. Now we got to really start liking each other. You know what I'm saying? And now only if for 40 years all we had was sex, bro. When we sitting on the porch and we rocking each other, motherfucking, I'm sorry, You talk to this bitch, she don't know nothing, or she talk to you and you don't know nothing. Y'all kind of in a conundrum now. You like, I wasted all this goddamn time. But just to put a wrap on this, right? Speaking of boundaries and high vibrational niggas, right? And women, because there's some high vibrational women that require shit and listen, a lot of y'all niggas want the bad bitch, right? But I don't think a lot of y'all niggas ready to deal with the bad bitch. Because when you're dealing with the bad bitch, right, that shit comes with consequences and repercussions. She always gonna have stock equity in these streets. When you start slipping just a little bit, it's always a nigga ready to slide in and get in where they try to get in where they fit in. So all you niggas that just think just because you want the bad bitch, it's a lot of shit that come along with that dime, bro. She don't have to waste her time with you at all. Anytime she feel like you are irrelevant in her life, it's another nigga with more money, better looking, all the other shit that you ain't got. That's the flip side to it. Okay, so we were talking about high vibrating niggas, right? And I was watching this clip earlier today. This dude, his girl go out at night, right? She comes home 5 o'clock in the morning religiously. He told her that he has a problem with it. She felt like she gonna do what she want to do. He locked her ass out the house. Oh, TikTok. He locked her out the house at 5 o'clock in the morning. Her friends are videotaping it. They think it's funny. She beating on the door. The nigga won't come down and answer. My question to you guys, at that point, is he wrong for doing what he did?
Yep.
Nope.
I knew this was going to be the battle. So go ahead. Y'all take on. I'm going to sit back and watch this one. Go ahead. Talk to me. Hollywood, go ahead. Take off first.
She need to be single.
She for the streets.
She need to be single, bro. Me as a man and to being the protector of my house, how can I fucking protect my house when I hear the alarm going off 5 o'clock in the morning and you scooting your ass in here? How can I be your protector in speaking? Like, she need to be single, bro. I don't even know how to expand on this. I don't know what to say about this shit. She needs to be single if that's the type of lifestyle that you want to live outside of the house, outside of your relationship. She living a single lifestyle, but got a nigga. She need to be single.
Freaky V, what you?
So I'll agree with you, and I'll go down your road that she needs to be single. That's fine, but let's have a conversation about it and let me pack my shit and we gone. What you're not gonna do is make me feel like no child, like you're inferior to me by, taking on the mama and daddy role of locking me out the goddamn house. If my mama and daddy did that shit, I could see that. But my mate or whatever, if you want me to be safe and all that type of shit, so now what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm out here and I ain't got nothing but what the fuck I got on my back or whatever. If you be single, then let me come in the house, say this is it, we not doing this no more, and let me pack my shit and get the fuck out. But you locking it up? Nah, bro.
That's the last resort. We pretty much know this nigga. They done had this conversation before.
Okay.
So my last resort is locking you the fuck out the house. Before she left for that night, I'm pretty sure this nigga was like, if we have another episode like what's been happening, I'm gonna lock the motherfucking door so you can't get in. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
At least have my shit in the garbage bags or whatever the fuck I came with on the porch. You don't lock me out, and you can't in one scenario say, you want to be my protector, but then you turn around and I'm not even able to come in the house and I can't get in. Well, first of all, where that bitch keep?
I'm not locking you out. I'm not locking you out. I'm not gonna do that shit. But you coming in I can almost be 100% certain that this nigga done had this conversation with this lady, and that's the last resort of all those conversations.
I'm not shooting her no bail. If they talked about it and the nigga expressed his disdain for her coming home at 5 a.m. and she continuously does it, that's fine. But you don't lock me outside. I'm a totally different. That shit didn't increase by 10. Now I'm ready to fight when the fuck I come in the house. All that shit that you was talking about, we not finna know. The first time you open that door, I'm swinging on your ass. You had me outside, bitch. It's 35 motherfucking degrees. It
You love
supersedes,
you love outside though.
but it supersedes. Even though I like outside, it supersedes that I came home at 5 o'clock. Now I feel like you're trying to be my motherfucking daddy, and that's what triggers me. You understand?
Ain't that much partying in the world. You left here at 10 o'clock and now it's 5 o'clock.
I'm not negating that, but it's the locking me out that's the issue. The 5 o'clock, okay, if you said in your mind, listen, bitch, we've already talked about this, your curfew or whatever the fuck y'all agreed on, you need to be home at 2 o'clock. If you're going to be late, you need to reach out to me. Okay, we're not going to continue with this, you coming home at 5 o'clock. And if I did it again, at 4:30, if at 2 o'clock I was supposed to be home, and 2:30 I hadn't received no phone call, at 5 o'clock when you showed, your shit gonna be outside and on the porch if you gonna lock me out.
Is that not the same thing as locking you out? It's the same shit. It's just I put your shit out.
That's fine. I got all of my shit, and then I know what time it is because we already discussed it. You understand? But you just can't keep discussing it and keep taking it, and then all of a sudden decide on this given night that I'm locked out. You didn't change the locks.
It was the last straw. Listen, I don't condone the nigga locking the door, but just like the parents, I did this because you showed us a sign of disrespect towards our house.
I got it.
In the rules we agreed upon as a couple.
I got it. Listen, I have missed my curfew with my parents 1,000,001 times. I was supposed to be home at 12 o'clock. I'm way on South Beach at 12 o'clock talking about the train.
That's a different relationship, UV.
The point I'm making though is that even though I disobeyed the rules, I did not follow what we had discussed. Even though I come home at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, I was still let in, and at that point, the consequences were laid on the table. You're not going anywhere anymore, or we're not doing this. If you decide that you need to be out to this time, then you're gonna have to get out. It ain't no different than in a relationship. If I'm not agreeing to the rules and you feel disrespected, then we have to cut ties. And then I have to move out, or he move out, or whatever the case may be.
Listen,
that's what I'm saying.
I agree with your scenario, to a certain extent. I mean, it's a little different with the parents because you are their child. You just my girlfriend or whatever. So It's a different dynamic in this shit. All this shit is about you not respecting my boundaries. That's what all this shit is really about. No matter what my boundaries is to have, you should be in the house at 5 o'clock. That should be something that you respect. For me, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be something that you have boundaries on that I'm not. I mean that shit, but it's gonna be some shit that you're gonna have boundaries on that I probably ain't gonna agree with. But I value what we have together, what we've cultivated, to respect it. This whole shit is just about you feeling like you can do what you want to do. Now, locking the door is an extreme. We all agree that that's an extreme measure, but I agree with Hollywood. We have talked about this already. So if you consistently keep doing something, that means you don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I want to do. So sometimes that means that my reaction has to be harsher. It's just like if you at work. If you violate the rules, what they tell you the first time, this a verbal warning. You violate that shit again, you get a written warning. After this written warning, you do the shit again, you out of here. So again,
and that means that your box and that's already packed up because they discussed that night before. You fired.
I ain't had time to pack all this shit up. I'll pack it up later.
You don't lock me out. When you come in, you express your complete disdain for what I did, and you say,
I did it already.
See, that's what you not regarding in your sentiments. You are like, this just, hopefully, this ain't just happened one time, and he just took it to the extreme.
Yeah.
What I'm saying the lockout, I'm agreeing with what you're saying. I agree with the disrespect and all of that. And we already discussed this, what you're doing. The problem I had, the issue was, or the question was Was he wrong for locking her out? That was the bottom line. That's the point that I'm coming from.
If that's how I made it seem,
I can't necessarily say he was wrong. I just say I wouldn't do
it. And secondly, if that's the interpretation that you got, that ain't really what I was shooting for. That story aligned with us, a high value man having barriers and core values that he feel like he needs from his wife, his girl, and she totally ignored it. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, bro, if you're not willing to submit to the things that I need for me to feel whole as a man, no matter how ridiculous it may sound to you, it means something to me. It could have been a traumatic experience that I went through that make me feel that way. And for me to feel whole, this is what I need from you. If you totally disregard that shit and go out with your friends, then in the video they sitting there and they laughing at her because she beating on the door. The nigga won't come downstairs to open the door. So you may have a key, but if that nigga petty enough to do that, I'm pretty sure he changed all the locks. When you left, he knew what the play was. He changed all the locks. So again, all I'm saying is when you're getting in a relationship with somebody, and if you don't agree with whatever their core values are, let's leave this relationship alone now.
Yeah,
let's
find
not
somebody
get
else.
to the point of locking doors and telling you, because if I tell you one time, why should you, like you said, I'm not your daddy. I shouldn't have to keep telling you something over and over like you my child. I shouldn't.
Right.
And it's vice versa. If you tell me, hey, you cheat one time on me, this shit over with. I promise you it's over with. And I go out and cheat, and then you don't cut it off right then, and you take me back, and I try it again, and then I do the same shit again, that means I don't respect your core values. So at some point, you have to kick all my shit out the door because I'm not respecting you as a person. And it's not no accountability and none of this shit what we talking about. She not taking accountability for shit, and he not taking accountability for it. So you right, Freaky V. Locking the door may be drastic, but I understand why he did it. And with that being said, we're going to wrap this podcast up. And as I said at the end of each and every podcast, Freaky V, how they get in contact with you?
I am Freaky V on Instagram and Thread.
Hollywood, how they get in contact with you, my boy?
I am Hollywood Rich _ on Instagram, Threads, X. What's the other one?
OnlyFans?
OnlyFans.
Hollywood Small
that.
Me? Underscore small me?
You must have made that yourself. But go ahead.
Hey, man, I am infamous on TikTok. Man, please tap into social media's most perfect podcast. If you listen to me, tap in, man. We enjoy interacting with our fans. So please, if you like the podcast, go to the comments, drop a comment. If you want to follow us on social media, go to Theze Nutz official on Facebook. Instagram is Theze Nutz _ Hollywood, how to get in contact with us on YouTube?
Separate these nuts.
And if you like to take the audio experience, if you need something to get you through your day, you know you had a long day at work, it's the holiday season, they're trying to work the shit out you, so you need something to get your mind in a good place, double tap, subscribe, like button, whatever, to Theze Nutz. Get at us, man. We get you through your day. I promise you, with very good dialogue from one podcaster to his fellow podcasters. So it's different perspectives that I think our fans enjoy. But as I said at the end of each and every podcast, we're social media's most imperfect podcast, social media's best kept secret. I'm your boy Infamous.
I'm Freaky V.
Hollywood.
And together we make Theze Nutz. Everybody have good holidays, man. We out.